Check, check, 1, 2, check, check, 1, 2, 3, 4, check, check. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tucson. Wow, Tucson. Salpointe High School, here, home of the Lancers. And Vince DeLisio here with my broadcast partner. Sorry, folks, just getting situated here. My broadcast partner, Ryan Sikora. And while Ryan is filling out the lineup sheet, I just wanted to get us started. That way it'll give you time to get situated. Get alerted that the broadcast has begun, and you can find your most comfortable, easy chair and sit back and enjoy what we hope is an exciting night of baseball here. Two very good teams, and yeah, it should make for a lot of fun. So the 2-hour drive from the Valley is well worth it to get us set up here and to call some Saguaro Sabercat baseball. It is senior night for the Lancers, so we are going to we'll take you through some of that and try to obviously focus on your Sabercats, our Sabercats. We'll have a lot of fun with it tonight. We're doing some things a little differently. First of all, Ryan and I are set up literally right behind home plate. Any parents that are watching the game get a camera and shoot some photos of us, but make sure you don't do it when any errant baseballs are flying back this way. We are behind the fence, so we're safe. We also have a young man, Caleb Sorrelman, one of the members of the Sabercat baseball team that's helping us with our second camera. So you see we've got the main camera, and that's our main camera, and then this is Caleb's camera. Caleb is going to be set up next to the dugout and moving around, and we appreciate Caleb's help tonight since we're running a pretty thin crew out here. But hopefully we've got the camera set up in such a way that you guys can enjoy the game, and we'll be switching back and forth between the cameras. So Caleb has been instructed to focus on close-up shots of action, so we'll make sure and hopefully bring you that action. And then, of course, we'll be switching between the two. So as I said, they're honoring senior night here and those things going on. So anyway, that being said, I'm not going to be the one doing most of the talking tonight. I'm actually going to be running the board. I'll be producing the game, making sure and checking on the cameras and handling the software and monitoring the live stream on YouTube to make sure that there is no interruption in coverage. You guys don't need to hear me talk. I talk enough. But my friend Ryan Sikora here is going to be doing the play-by-play tonight, and I'm going to turn it over to him. And I may chime in periodically, but Ryan Sikora, Ryan, take it away.
Hello. Thank you for that, Vince. And while Vince was talking, Salpointe Catholic was reading off the names of not only their seniors, but a nice touch to read off the names of the Saguaro Sabercat seniors
nice.
as well.
Yeah.
Today, the Sabercats will line up like this. Ty Nelson will lead us off. Thomas DeCesaro will start at third and bat second. Tanner Nelson will return to right field after a stint at catcher yesterday. He bats third. Rolando Cota DHs for the pitcher Brody Carithers in the 4 spot. Caleb Simpson will be out in left field in the 5. Javen Jacobs, the center fielder, in the 6 spot. Frank DiGregorio also returns after being absent in both the Monday in the Tuesday game against Desert Mountain. Kurt Arnold will bat 8th. Kurt Arnold will bat 8th at first base, a return for him. And Aiden Bronska will be at second. He'll bat 9th. Saguaro will go with Brody Carithers on the mound. It'll be his 9th appearance on the year. He's already pitched 31 innings through the course of this regular season. He'll add to that total his 2-2, 14 strikeouts for the opposing Lancers of Salpointe Catholic here in a wonderful Tucson. You can see the backdrop is spectacular if we can ever get the main shot. I hope we do eventually. You will love it. It is Gleason Field, the home of the Salpointe Catholic Lancers. Gabe Preble will lead us off, number 66. He's the catcher for Salpointe Catholic. Luis Garcia, the second baseman, bats second. Cade McGee, the third baseman, will bat third. Jack Rogers in the fourth spot of the lineup is the first baseman. R.J. Molina, the center fielder, bats fifth. Omar Monreal will bat for right fielder Connor Hopton in the sixth spot. Mason White is the shortstop in the seventh spot. Dawson McHughes is the pitcher batting eighth. And Alex Londano will round out the order for Salpointe Catholic on senior night. Again, they are honoring their seniors with a nice little touching, what would you call that? It's a board with a jersey. It's a picture, though. It's not an actual jersey, so we'll just call it a picture for these Salpointe Catholic seniors. Obviously, they did already acknowledge those Saguaro seniors, which was a lovely touch by the home team here in what is a nice facility for Salpointe Catholic. Again, we already talked about the backdrop. Gleason Field, the football field right behind us, the softball field adjacent to us. There is a game going on over there by the looks of it. But a lot of seniors for this Salpointe Catholic roster. And a lot of seniors for Saguaro obviously playing their last regular season game. They will be looking towards the playoffs on Saturday, where they will hope to hold on to a top 8 seed and get to host a playoff game, currently sitting in that 7 spot for what feels like forever ago when they finally got to that 7 spot. They've been there for now a long time, obviously coming off the tough loss to Desert Mountain after a 12-run first inning.
As it stands right now, Ryan, who would the Sabercats host if the playoffs started today?
Well, there was some thought that it might be St. Mary's a couple days ago. Now it's starting to look like Bradshaw Mountain, currently holding the 10 seed in the 4A AIA state playoffs. So they would host Bradshaw Mountain. Obviously, they took the trip up to Flagstaff to face Bradshaw Mountain. Or sorry, not Flagstaff, Prescott Valley to face Bradshaw Mountain. As for Salpointe, they're slated to face Marcos Deniza. They come in today ranked number 4 in 4A. This would be a big win for Saguaro after 2 tough losses. They can bounce back, possibly jump into the 5 and 6 seed spot, further cementing themselves in the standings. For Salpointe, though, we mentioned they're in that 4 seed. That means they could host 2 playoff games with a win tonight, so they're looking to do that. They lost to Ironwood Ridge last night. It's only their 3rd loss of the year. The other 2 coming to number 1 ranked Canyon del Oro. As for Saguaro, those 3 straight losses loom large on what looked like it was going to be a fantastic conclusion to the season with all these tough games in quick succession. It's quickly turned into a rough stretch for the Sabercats, which Joe Mickey probably is not the biggest fan of, but at the same time, you're getting valuable reps heading into playoffs. You're playing really good competition.
Well, it's gut check time for these guys. And, you know, Coach Mickey knows that. He knows his kids. He knows that that if you expect to do anything in the postseason, you got to play good teams in the regular season, and good teams they have. I mean, you talk about back-to-back games against tough competition. Oh, my gosh. You know, here we are just 24 hours ago. We were at Desert Mountain, which had no fewer than what, when they announced it during senior night festivities, how many Division I signees?
4 or 5 Division I signees, and obviously Wes Cath could be a drafted player out of high school in the MLB draft, but also, you have to look at that Chaparral team. A lot of talent there. They came into that game ranked 8th in 6A. They jumped into a top 5 team in 6A. Desert Mountain ranked 2nd in 5A. For my money, they're the best team in 5A. They've obviously faced Thunderbird, who are looking like a potential playoff hoster in 4A. They play Salpointe today. Before that, they had a game against Seton Catholic, who looked like they could host a playoff game in 4A. A tough stretch of games in which they haven't had the most success. But what's impressed me most in that stretch has been the upbeat attitude that has remained. Ty Nelson, Frankie DiGregorio, some of the seniors still remaining confident in their team's abilities despite the tough stretch, knowing that it doesn't really it all matters in the playoffs. And if you have to keep that confidence rolling, or you're not going to have any success that late on in the season.
Yeah.
But we are still going through the senior
well, we're
senior
about
night.
6 minutes to first pitch, so they're about wrapping up here, and we'll get to the national anthem and get everything started. So it's going to be a great night, especially now that it's nearly dusk. We're going to get a little more shade, and it should be a nice, cool night. We got a view of the Catalina Mountains. You know, last night we had a view of the McDowell Mountains, and I was perched up atop sitting on the dugout there. That was a lot of fun up there, and some of the guys were kind of looking out for me, making sure I wasn't getting hit with any foul balls. But, you know, that's what we sign up for, right?
Yeah, and that was the first time you were up on the dugout all year, and it was a good shot. Actually, I thought we couldn't quite get you up there today, but you're back in the you're back in the production room.
There we go.
Working on
Good
the switching and the sound and
Good stuff.
all that great stuff. But it'll be senior night for Salpointe Catholic.
Yep.
Their last home game, the last game of the year for the Saguaro Sabercats when we come back. And we are back after the conclusion of the senior night ceremonies for the Lancers of Salpointe Catholic here in Tucson. We've already gone over the lineups. Let's discuss that pitching matchup. Obviously, on the mound for Salpointe Catholic is going to be Dawson McHughes, a 3-1 record, a 2.75 ERA. He'll face Brody Carithers, not Brody Carithers, who is 2-2 on the year with a 3.32 ERA. He's pitched 31 innings already, as we talked about, 14 strikeouts, 2-2 record. Two pitchers that you could probably put some runs on, and two lineups that can put the ball in play. You look down that Salpointe Catholic roster, and it's littered with a lot of power and a lot of guys with good numbers. Starting us off, obviously, the man who really pops off the board is Jack Rogers, the first baseman, batting .538 with 6 home runs. Cade McGee in the 3 spot, 5 home runs, batting .341. The leadoff hitter, Gabe Preble, the catcher, with 2 home runs. Mason White, the shortstop, with 3 home runs. Omar Monreal, the DH, with 4. So they're a team that can really score some runs on the board, and they'll face a Saguaro team that has struggled to put up runs ever since the early innings of that Thunderbird game. 0 against Chaparral, 0 against Desert Mountain. And they need Thomas DeCesaro, Ty Nelson, and Tanner Nelson, the 1-2-3 hitters, to put some production back on the board and get some runs on this game early against Dawson McHughes. They will bat first, obviously, since they are the away team. It is the 4th away game we have made the trip to here on the Varsity Sports Show. We went up to Prescott Valley to watch them face Bradshaw Mountain, down to Chandler to watch them face Seton Catholic. We made the short trek to Desert Mountain yesterday afternoon, and now we're here on what will be a nightcap game to end the year with under the lights in Tucson, not too far from the University of Arizona. So it'll be our I think we were going down I think we were in the car coming down, and Vince and I were looking at each other. This is the 10th game we've done this year, which is a pretty solid number. We were going to do 11. We had to back out of a few, sadly, because we couldn't find the crew and couldn't necessarily find the space for it, and we apologize for that. We hope to do more on not only for Saguaro baseball here on the Varsity Sports Show, football, basketball, maybe add some other sports in the near future. As we get close to first pitch, it is 5:59. No real sign of any start yet, as Salpointe will do their activities in the outfield. Saguaro prepares for their trip to the plate. Again, that cameraman right there is Caleb Sorrelman. Caleb is a sophomore, I believe, on the baseball team. Not playing tonight, and was allowed to participate, and was allowed to help us in the production side of things for Saguaro baseball. Caleb, yeah, he is a sophomore, number 20. So thank you to head coach Joe Mickey, and, of course, Caleb, thank you for helping us out as well.
The Varsity Sports Show and the National Youth Football and Cheer Association proudly present NYFCA TV. Every Saturday morning at 10, the Varsity Sports Show's Vince DeLizio and NYFCA Commissioner Jason Hirsch bring you the best of Arizona youth football, including previews and highlights. Then at 10:30, catch the football game of the week with Arizona's top players up to age 14. Join Vince, Jason, and friends every Saturday morning from Mavericks in Scottsdale on NYFCA TV.
Welcome back to Gleason Field in Tucson, Arizona at Salpointe Catholic High School, the home of the Lancers. The umpires have finally arrived on the field. Here is going to be a late first pitch at 6:04. Currently expect that first pitch to get out a little before 6:10. The field dimensions here at Gleason Field are 330 down the left field line, 307 down the right field line, 372 to left center, 396 to dead center, and 368 to right center. The wind is moving a little left to right. The sun is not quite at our back. It'll affect the right fielder more than anyone else on the field.
Hey, Ryan, I got to interrupt you. So you know that this program is not just a sports show. We're not just a sports broadcasting team, but we are a family show. And we want to wish a happy birthday to Thomas DeCesaro. We just got notification on our feed. So happy birthday, Mr. DeCesaro. And how many candles is it? What is he, 17, 18? I don't know.
Probably 17. I believe he's a junior.
Is he a junior?
Yeah,
okay.
so 17th birthday likely for Thomas
DeCesaro. I went to school with some guys back in the day that were like 20 that were freshmen. So, you know, it's not, you know. Anyway, all right, so happy birthday, Thomas, and go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you, Ryan. Please continue.
Yeah, no, it is DeCesaro's birthday, apparently. Obviously, he will be at the third base spot today. Normally, the ace pitcher. He has not pitched in a while, probably getting him ready for that first-round playoff matchup to work on the mound. But as we were saying, we have the field dimensions, that wind moving left to right. It's dead most of the time, though. Not much wind here tonight whatsoever. And what is a beautiful night in Tucson. Much better than the conditions we had yesterday at Desert Mountain, where it was just hot and very, very not fun to watch baseball. Even though it was there, we were there to watch a very good Desert Mountain team beat up on the Saguaro Sabercats. The sun, as we were saying, will affect the right fielder and the first baseman pretty much more than anyone else on the field. Joe Mickey meeting with Lancer head coach Danny Preble at the mound. But again, a spectacular backdrop here. The Catalina Mountains highlight pretty much the entire backdrop, obviously all of left field and center field. Not so much the right field. We're getting a little bit more of the softball field there. A little bit more of the softball field towards the right field line. Still that discussion going on between the managers and the umps. And we will go over the lineups one last time for Saguaro. Leading us off in the top of the first, it'll be Ty Nelson. Batting second, Thomas DeCesaro. Third is Tanner Nelson. 3 home runs on the year for Tanner to lead the team. And if we get past those first 3, Rolando Cota will hit. Caleb Simpson bats 5th. Javen Jacobs 6th. Frank DiGregorio 7th. Kurt Arnold 8th. And Aiden Bronska 9th. They will face Dawson McHughes for the Lancers on the mound. I don't know much, but this this delay in this game is not helping our trip back to Phoenix time-wise at all. And I'm sure it's not helping any of you here at the game. Those of the parents that made the trip, which looks like more than I expected to make the trip for the Sabercat families, and fans. As we will come out for the national anthem. We will come out for the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand. And gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor this great nation with a prayer followed by our national anthem. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Loving God, we give thanks to you for the gift of our bodies and minds and the ability to engage in play and sport. Playing together can form bonds with our fellow brothers and sisters to your greater glory. We pray for all the athletes who will play today, that they may be kept free from injury, and that all their actions give witness to your role in their lives. We pray that this sporting event be done in a spirit of fun and fair competition. We ask this through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Our Lady of Mount Carmel, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
And we are back after the national anthem. It is currently 6:10 in the afternoon, Pacific time, obviously, since we are in the state of Arizona. Dawson McHughes will get his warm-up pitches, and then we will be underway in what will likely be about 12 minutes after scheduled first pitch. Gabe Preble behind the plate for the Lancers. Leading us off will be Ty Nelson. 1 home run on the year, batting .379, 22 hits, 17 runs, 9 RBIs from the leadoff spot that he has occupied pretty much the entire season, the senior shortstop. Saguaro wearing the black two-piece tops with the gray bottoms and the black stirrups. The Lancers also wearing black, which is not confusing at all. They have white bottoms, though, so I guess that helps us out. The Lancer defense will obviously be Dawson McHughes, as we said, on the mound, and Gabe Preble behind the plate. The third baseman will be Jack Rogers. Cade McGee will be at third. First baseman is Jack Rogers. Cade McGee at third. The middle infield is Mason White at short. Luis Garcia at second. RJ Molina rocks it out there in center field. Alex Londano at left. And the right fielder is Connor Hopton, who will not hit today. He will be replaced by Omar Monreal, the DH, in the 6th spot. And here is Ty Nelson, the leadoff hitter for Saguaro, looking to get some offense going that has been non-existent in the last 2 games. The pitch. Strike 1 to Nelson. Nelson swings at that one towards the third baseman, and he is thrown out at first. It is a grounder to the third baseman, Cade McGee, who makes the throw to Jack Rogers, the first baseman. Starts us off with an out, which will bring up the birthday boy, Thomas DeCesaro, the junior. .417 average on the year. He's had a rough couple game stretch as well, which is probably correlated to this Sabercat struggle. That first pitch is down and away, down and low and away for ball 1 to DeCesaro. The 1-0 is fouled off into the nets by DeCesaro. It'll be 1-1. (11 RBIs for DeCesaro, 20 hits, and he's scored 9 himself. And that pitch will get through the third baseman and the shortstop. Thomas DeCesaro, on his birthday, starts the Cats off with a single. And Tanner Nelson, the sophomore, Ty's brother, will step up to the plate. Batting .400 on the year. He's got a runner on, 1 out in the top of the first. Rolando Cota, the DH, is on deck for Saguaro. McHughes, a nice curveball in there, is not given to him. It'll be a 1-0 count. This time he gets the call. It's going to be 1-1 to Nelson. 3 home runs on the season. Again, just a sophomore, Tanner is. That one low and away. 2-1 will be the count now. Thomas DeCesaro standing on first after his single in between the shortstop and the third baseman. And this one will be lined right to the shortstop. DeCesaro is going to be called out at first after he thought that was going to get through. Poor base running from Thomas DeCesaro. Tanner Nelson flies out, line drives one to the shortstop. It'll be the bottom of the first when we come back.
No runs on 1 hit. Nobody left out.
Welcome back to the bottom of the first here at Gleason Field in Tucson. In the top of the first, the Sabercats scored 0, had 1 hit from Thomas DeCesaro, no errors, and left DeCesaro on base after a line drive was gathered from after the line drive from Tanner Nelson was gathered by shortstop Mason White, and the double play was earned to end the inning. It'll be Brody Carithers on the mound for Saguaro today. The first 3 he will face will be Gabe Preble, the catcher, Luis Garcia, the second baseman, and Cade McGee, the third baseman. Some power from Cade McGee, 5 home runs in the year, but Gabe Preble, the leadoff, is a senior. He has 2 home runs as well on the year. DiGregorio will get set behind the plate here in the bottom of the first as we get set to watch the Sabercat defense go. Throw in there by Carithers is going to be a ball. Obviously, Brody on the mound, Frankie DiGregorio behind the plate, Kurt Arnold at first, DeCesaro at third as the pitch comes in. Well hit towards Javen Jacobs out in center, makes the routine fly ball catch for the first out of the inning. And that'll give us a chance to tell you the outfield is Javen Jacobs, who just made the play out in center, Caleb Simpson at left field. That looks like Tanner Nelson out in right field. Yes, it is. The middle infield is Ty at short and Aiden Bronska at second. That fly out from Preble to center brings up Luis Garcia, the second baseman, batting .418 on the year. And that's going to be strike 1 to Garcia. .23 hits so far this season for Garcia in their 18 games. 19 games. They're 16-3. Canyon del Oro, the only team to really have their number all year. And they've had just about everybody's number, being number 1 in 4A. The pitch. Good contact made by Garcia. Can't quite get there. Bronska can't quite get there. Garcia's going to go for 2. Nelson can't gather the ball out there in right field. It'll be a double for Luis Garcia. And Cade McGee, the third baseman, will head to the plate. 5 home runs on the year, wearing the number 27. And an early runner in scoring position for the Lancers, number 4 in 4A. Good contact, line drive. It'll get short of Simpson in left field. He tries to make the throw. The play will be at the plate. He's out. Frank DiGregorio makes the play at the plate. Good cutoff job from Thomas DeCesaro, the third baseman. Caleb Simpson delivers a good throw in there. They get Luis Garcia out at home. Cade McGee gets a double himself. And that'll bring up Jack Rogers. 2 outs now in the bottom of the first. A great play by the Sabercat defense to start this game off. Caleb Simpson normally out in right field when he does not DH. Today he's out in left to accommodate for Tanner Nelson. Strong start from Caleb. Jack Rogers, 6 home runs, a .538 batting average. The best hitter in this entire lineup, the first baseman is. Nice leadoff for Cade McGee at second. Time called. Again, 2 outs, runner at second. Jack Rogers at the plate. Facing Brody Carithers. Bronsko wants to throw him out at second, and Carithers thinking again about going after the runner. Can't quite pull the trigger, but he steps off the bag. No balls, no strikes to Jack Rogers, a runner at second. Down the third base line to Cesaro, tough big long throw to make to Kurt Arnold, but he makes it indeed. 2 hits in the bottom of the second for the Lancers. No runs scored, 1 runner left on. It'll be the top of the first for Saguaro when we come back. We are back about an hour and 45-minute drive away from home in Tucson. Rolando Cota, the fourth batter in the lineup that will DH today. He leads us off in the top of the second. It was a 1-2-3 kind of first inning after Thomas DeCesaro got a hit but was thrown out at first after a good play by the shortstop, Mason White. Cota takes the first pitch and swings at it. 0-1. That one outside, 1-1. Cota swings at it again. It'll be 1-2. Rolando 241 on the year with 1 RBI. Hasn't featured a lot recently. Normally catches when DiGregorio doesn't play. But today he DHs. And makes contact there, flies it over everybody's head. Count will remain 1-2. The 1-2. Can't quite get the call in there. It'll be 2-2. Cota sticking around for at least another pitch. That one will be a ball as well. Good eye from Rolando Cota. Makes this count full. Dawson McHugh's having to work for this out here for the Lancers. Full count. Cota gets good contact on it. It's going to get down in front of the left fielder. Rolando Cota leads off for the Cats and gets a single, bringing up Caleb Simpson. Bringing up Caleb Simpson. The PA has stated it as Brody Carithers. It is not Brody. It is obviously Caleb Simpson, the left fielder, batting .278 on the year with 1 home run. Rolando Cota on first. Simpson, a high fly ball that's going to get foul for strike 1. 0-1. They attempt a pickoff towards Rolando Cota at first. He slides in safe. The 0-1 will be just a little high. 1-1 will be the count. Simpson, 10 hits, 10 RBIs, 10 runs himself this year. So clearly a fan of the 10s on the stat sheet. The man who wears number 1 and plays left field today for Saguaro. That one will be outside. It'll be 2-1. Caleb is a senior. So this is going to be his last regular season baseball game of his high school career. And he swings, takes a big cut there. The count will be 2-2 to Caleb Simpson. Rolando Cota, the DH, at first. Javen Jacobs, the center fielder, on deck. As the temperature continues to drop towards the, what I would call spectacular weather range. And that was going to get through towards the right fielder all the way on the ground. Caleb Simpson with a single advances Rolando Cota to second. Here comes Javen Jacobs.
Brings up the left fielder, number 1, Caleb Simpson.
Javen Jacobs, the center fielder at the plate, batting .309 on the year.
Correction, center fielder, number 6, Javen Jacobs.
That ball is fair, fair, fair. Rolando Cota is going to come around from second to score. And a double for Javen Jacobs, an RBI double for Javen Jacobs. Caleb Simpson gets to third. Saguaro lead 1-0. It's their first run in 2 games. So Simpson gets around all the way to third. Cota scores from second. Javen Jacobs' RBI double will bring up Frank DiGregorio, the catcher, in the 7 spot.
You're moving the camera too fast.
Good eye from DiGregorio.
Follow the runner to first base. I've got home plate. Don't worry about home plate.
No outs in the top of the second.
After the hit, follow him.
DiGregorio takes a nice cut there, 1-1. To Frank DiGregorio. Good eye from DiGregorio, 2-1. And another good eye from DiGregorio, 3-1.
Be back.
3-1 is a strike 3. I must have had the count wrong because that is strike 3. DiGregorio strikes out looking. Is the first out of the inning. Runners will remain at second and third. As Kurt Arnold, the first baseman, steps up. First time we've seen Kurt in a while. Normally it's Cole Stocks over there at first base. Arnold, the righty. Contact on the first pitch towards Joe Mickey, who bare hands it. And it'll be a 0-1 to Kurt Arnold. Frank DiGregorio with the strikeout looking is the only out of the inning so far. On deck is Aiden Bronska, the second baseman. Good eye, but it'll be a strike thrown in there. 0-2 to Kurt Arnold. That one's high and away, 1-2. Arnold 6 RBIs on the season. despite only 3 hits. That one high as well, 2-2 from Dawson McHughes, the pitcher on the mound today for the Lancers. The scoreboard having a rough time over there in left field. Still flashing 0-0 in the first inning. It is now 1-0 Saguaro in the second inning as that ball is high and inside right towards the head of Arnold. 3-2, full count for Kurt Arnold. Runners on second and third. Aiden Bronska on deck. And then back to the top of the order for Saguaro. Arnold swings at that one. It's a slow chopper towards the pitcher who will make the throw. The play is at the plate. The throw is high. Kurt Arnold thrown out at first, but gets an RBI that scores Caleb Simpson from third. Javen Jacobs advances to third. It's 2-0. Sabercats, 2 outs in the top of the second. So Kurt Arnold with the RBI fielder's choice, I guess. I mean, he's out. It was a grounder to the pitcher. The pitcher chose to throw to first. Simpson chose to run home and scored. Bronska with a slow chopper to the shortstop, trying to beat it out. He won't. It'll be a productive inning for Saguaro. 2 runs with 1 left stranded on 3 hits. It'll be the bottom of the second on the Varsity Sports Show when we return. We are back for the bottom of the second. Leading us off is R.J. Molina, the center fielder. After Salpointe Catholic had 2 doubles in the first, there was a play at the plate. He was called out after a terrific throw from Caleb Simpson, a terrific cutoff play from Thomas DeCesaro, and a good play at the plate by Frank DiGregorio. As a strike 1 will be called. Brody Carithers doing a good job early. So it's 2-0 Sabercats. After they scored 2 in the top of the first, their first 2 runs in over 11 innings of baseball. Probably, yeah, at least 11 innings of baseball. The 1-1. Good contact made. That's going to get down right in front of Tanner Nelson, the sun in his eyes, and he will hold up. He will hold up Molina at first, who almost went all the way around to second. That hesitation from Nelson allowed him to throw the ball to Kurt Arnold. Kurt Arnold at first. They almost got Molina out, but instead it'll be a single for R.J. Molina. DH Omar Monreal batting .390 on the year, 4 home runs in the 6th spot. He bats for Connor Hopton, the right fielder. On deck is Mason White, the shortstop. The 0-0. Monreal right out there towards Tanner. That's going to get foul, though. So Omar Monreal will trail in the count 0-1 to RJ, as RJ Molina is at first. Brody Carruthers allows his third hit of the game, but no runs scored in the first. No runs scored in the first. Looking to do the same here on the mound for the Sabercats. That one is going to be low. Good play by DiGregorio, who almost gets a second attempt at R.J. Molina to throw it. So some aggressive base running from R.J. Molina early on here, and he's almost been thrown out twice. Look for that if he continues to be aggressive. Carruthers makes the play at first. It's late. R.J. Molina will remain on the bag. They try and throw him out again, and it is unsuccessful once again. So the 1-1 is still the count to Omar Monreal at the plate. The lefty will get a pitch to swing at. It's too high. He will not bite. 2-1 to Omar Monreal. The pitch. That one gets in there. Strike two. Even count at 2 apiece. Molina only 1 stolen base on the year. Right to Ty, who is called out. Sorry. Line drive to Ty Nelson at short. The same thing that happened in the first inning to Thomas DeCesaro happens here to R.J. Molina. That aggressive base running costs him here a double play for Saguaro. Nobody on the base path now. Brings up Mason White, the shortstop. Batting .340 on the year. White fouls one off, right where our camera almost was earlier. So, good call to move it, I guess. We moved it a few feet to the left to get you a bit safer of an angle. But the 0-1 to Mason White will come in, the shortstop. Good contact there, but it's going to fly over our heads towards the road. It's foul. 0-2. A chance to get out of the inning for Brody Carruthers, having only faced the 3 batters. Molina got the single, but then was thrown out in the double play. That one will be outside, 1-2. Carruthers can't quite find the strike zone there. Dawson McHughes, the pitcher, is on deck. Batting .333 on the year with 8 hits and 4 RBIs. That one's high and inside. It'll be 2-2 with 2 outs. The Cats leading 2-0 in the bottom of the second. Two. High and away from the strike zone. 3-2. Full count again. The third full count we've seen already on both sides of the ball. That one will be down in the dirt. He will walk Mason White. Dawson McHughes, the pitcher, looks to come up and help his own cause. Down 2-0 here in the bottom of the second.
Senior, number 10, Dawson McHughes.
McHughes, as we mentioned, the 4 RBIs, batting .333 on the year. He has scored 3 himself for the Lancers. That one will tower high up into the sky. Kurt Arnold trying to navigate it. It falls foul. And lucky for Kurt Arnold, he could not find it in the sky. It'll be 0-1 to Dawson McHughes. That one well hit down the left field line. It's going to be foul, though. McHughes, with 2 foul balls, will fall behind in the count 0-2. Mason White so far sitting there on first. To the pitcher, Dawson McHughes, who fouls off another one. This one back towards the right field line. The pitch. Good contact by McHughes. The routine play by Bronska at second ends the second inning. The Salpointe Catholic Lancers score none, get 1 run, no errors, 1 left on base. It'll be the top of the third. Saguaro leading us off with Ty Nelson to lead us back at the top of the order. Varsity Sports Show when we come back. Back to the top of the order in the top of the third for the Saguaro Sabercats. Ty Nelson, who grounded out to the third baseman in the first inning, will return to the batter's box here, this time with a 2-0 lead. After a good second inning for the Cats, allowed Rolando Cota and Caleb Simpson to reach around to home plate. First pitch is in there from McHughes. It's a strike one. The RBIs coming from Javen Jacobs. That one's down in the dirt, 1-1. That one chops down into the dirt and it goes foul. 1-2. Ty Nelson trying to battle here. 379 on the year coming into today. 22 hits for the senior shortstop. That one down and away, down in the dirt, and he tags Ty Nelson out at home plate. A strikeout, and the first out of the inning will bring up Thomas DeCesaro. 4:17 coming into today. Strike one to DeCesaro. Tanner Nelson in the on-deck circle, the right fielder. Second strike, this one just catches the inside corner, top right of the strike zone. Fouled off by DeCesaro. A very loose fence here, and some people sitting right behind it. Maybe not the safest thing ever, but you get a good view. It'll be 0-2 to DeCesaro. Dawson McHughes, the pitcher. DeCesaro, good contact. Can't quite make it over the head of Mason White at shortstop. A line drive is caught by Mason White before it can get anywhere. 2 outs. In the top of the third, Tanner Nelson comes to the plate. Nobody on for Saguaro. Swing and a miss from Tanner Nelson, batting .400 on the season. Strike one goes in there, though. Rolando Cota on deck. Oh and 1. High pitch there. It'll be 1 and 1. Tanner Nelson at the plate. That one low and away, 2 and 1 to Tanner. Good play made there by the catcher behind the plate. That's Gabe Preble, son of the head coach. That was ball 4. So he walks Tanner Nelson. And the Cats will get a base runner for the first time here in the third. Rolando Cota, the DH, batting for Brody Carithers. Cota, the sophomore. That one is high and away for ball 1. A runner on first. Caleb Simpson in the on-deck circle, the left fielder. That one high as well, 2-0 to Cota. Dawson McHugh's not quite getting that rhythm going quite yet. Not quite getting the rhythm going quite yet. That's good words. Big leadoff for Tanner Nelson on first. Rolando Cota digs in the batter's box, righty on righty. Breaking ball gets in there for a strike, 2 and 1. That ball down in the dirt. He did not go. Rolando Cota did not go on the swing. 3 and 1. Preble behind the plate makes a good play to hold Tanner Nelson at first. 3 and 1 to Rolando Cota, sophomore DH / catcher. That one's away. Tanner goes. No throw attempted. Tanner will waltz into second. He would have gotten there anyway because it's a back-to-back walk. It's back-to-back walks for Dawson McHugh's. Rolando Cota now at first. Tanner Nelson at second. Caleb Simpson, who had a single in the second inning. He got around to score in the end eventually. Comes to the plate as a mound meeting between one of the many Salpointe Catholic Lancer coaches. Oh, Simpson takes that first pitch, the breaking ball, for a strike. Javen Jacobs, the center fielder who had the 2 RBI double in the second inning, is on deck. 2 outs in the top of the third. Runners on first and second. Simpson takes a nice cut there, but doesn't get anything out of it. 0-2 for Caleb Simpson, batting .278 coming into today. Some defensive adjustments made and time called by Gabe Preble behind the plate. That one fouled over the away fans' stand. And the count will remain 0-2 to the lefty Caleb Simpson. Runners on first and second. Tanner Nelson's got some speed at second. Anything in the outfield will likely score him. Strike 3 called. Simpson not quite pleased with it. But the pitcher, Dawson McHughes, ends the inning with a strikeout. No hits, no errors, no runs for the Cats. 2 runners left stranded. It'll be the bottom of the third on the Varsity Sports Show when we return. It's the bottom of the third here at Gleason Field in Tucson, Arizona. The sun is starting to set. The shadows no longer an issue pretty much for anybody except for Tanner Nelson. Maybe a little bit of Kurt Arnold at first base, but it's a senior, Alex Londano, who has yet to hit in the 9 spot, and then Gabe Pebble and Luis Garcia as they get back to the top of the order. Londano swings and misses on the first pitch, batting .370 on the year, with 4 RBIs in that 9 spot, rounding out the order, number 17 out in left field. High pitch from Carithers, 1-1 will be the count to Londano. A low strike called in there. It'll be 1-2. A pitcher-friendly strike zone so far by the umpire makes the count 1-2 to Alex Londano. Good contact by Alex towards Caleb Simpson out there in left. He makes the routine catch for the first out of the inning. An F7 from Alex Londano gets us back to the top of the order. Gabe Preble, the catcher, who flew out to Javen Jacobs in center. Luis Garcia on deck for the Lancers. But the righty Preble, the catcher, senior, digs in. Pitch comes, fouled off by Gabe for strike 1. Brody Carithers still on the mound. Has allowed 3 hits so far through the first 9 batters of the game. Good contact from Preble. It'll get there to Ty Nelson, who collects it, makes the throw to Kurt Arnold at first. A grounder to short. For the second batter of the inning, Luis Garcia comes to the plate looking to generate some offense for Salpointe. So far, it's been the best game we've seen in a couple of weeks for Saguaro. Execution-wise, the 2 runs on the board early helped them out. Has given pitcher Brody Carithers an opportunity to settle early, and he's looked decent. As they show bunt, it goes foul. Luis Garcia, 22 steals on the year, has a ton of speed out there for the second baseman. Any bunt down the third base line, and he'll likely score, or he'll likely reach. There we go. Figured it out. Garcia, 418 on the year, takes the pitch. 0-2 low. It's 1-2 now to Luis Garcia. Nobody on, 2 outs. The pitch from Carithers. Breaking ball is away. Full count is what I have it as on the scoreboard. Luis Garcia strikes one out there high fly ball to Caleb Simpson, who makes the play again. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the third. Saguaro comes to bat in the top of the fourth when we return.
The Varsity Sports Show and the National Youth Football and Cheer Association proudly present NYFCA TV. Every Saturday morning at 10, the Varsity Sports Show's Vince DeLizio and NYFCA Commissioner Jason Hirsch bring you the best of Arizona youth football, including previews and highlights. Then at 10:30, catch the football game of the week with Arizona's top players up to age 14. Join Vince, Jason, and friends every Saturday morning from Mavericks in Scottsdale on NYFCA TV.
We are back for the top of the fourth. It is 2-0 Cats here in Tucson. The long trip, almost a 2-hour bus drive. It would be well worth it if they can return with their 11th win of the season. Javen Jacobs, who has an RBI double already on the day, leads us off in the fourth, as Dawson McHughes remains on the mound for the Lancers. That one is away. Ball 1 to Javen Jacobs. Jacobs will line one towards the third baseman. Long throw to make. He can't leg it out. It's the first out of the inning. Good throw by the third baseman, Cade McGee, to get Javen Jacobs out to start off the inning.
Catcher number 3, Frank DiGregorio.
Frank DiGregorio comes up to the plate. He struck out looking in the second inning. DiGregorio, the senior, did not participate in yesterday's game against Desert Mountain. This one, even though Desert Mountain probably a better ball club than the South Point team, I would say this is the more important game to prepare yourself for playoffs if you're Joe Mickey and the Sabercats. That one down in the dirt. Gabe Preble makes a good stop even though no one is on. Ball 2 to DiGregorio. McHughes. Good contact. DiGregorio, a little blooper right underneath the center fielder. It's a single for Frank DiGregorio. Kurt Arnold at the plate, as the PA announcer has just copied exactly what I said. I must be just that good. And Jacob Pickett will come into courtesy run for him. 4 stolen bases on the year for Pickett. Kurt Arnold, the first baseman, batting in the 8th spot with 1 runner on, gets ready to work. That one will be inside, and a ball inside and away from the strike zone. High fly ball towards the shortstop. Play will be made by shortstop Mason White. We've called his name a few times there. Kurt Arnold flies one out to the shortstop, Aiden Bronska, with 2 outs. In the top of the fourth, the 9-hitter will step up to the plate, looking to advance Frank DiGregorio's courtesy runner, Jacob Pickett, at first. Bronska, so far today, has a grounder to the shortstop, Mason White. Pickett goes, is tagged out by an absolute country mile. So the inning ends on a attempted steal by Jacob Pickett. It remains 2-0. We go to the bottom of the fourth on the Varsity Sports Show. Cade McGee will lead us off in the bottom of the fourth for Salpointe. He doubled his first time up. That was the double that led to Luis Garcia attempting to take home, and he was unsuccessful in that attempt, and that is why the score remains 2-0. Cade McGee, 341 on the year, 5 home runs. Bats third for this Lancer lineup, and pitch one is called a strike in the bottom of the fourth. We were talking about this pregame with the attempt to find a camera angle here. I actually do really like this camera angle. So shout out to our producer Vince Delicio for deciding he wanted to put it there instead of a little further away. The pitch to Cade McGee. Swings a high fly ball. Can Tanner Nelson leg it out and get there? It looks like he will. No, he won't. It's going to be in play. Cade McGee will stand up at second. Tanner Nelson can't quite make the play. A leadoff double for Cade McGee in the bottom of the fourth. Jack Rogers batting .538, 6 home runs. He is a senior first baseman. 21 hits, 25 runs scored, and 20 RBIs. For Jack Rogers, number 3, who plays the 3. Runner on second is Cade McGee. R.J. Molina on deck. Rogers, his last time up, grounded out to Thomas DeCesaro, the third baseman. 0-0. Fouled off for strike one.
Try to get the pitcher and the guy on second to watch for the steal.
That one gets past Bronska, and it'll be an easy advancement to third for Cade McGee. An error from the catcher, Frank DiGregorio. We'll see a free base for Cade McGee. Jack Rogers now with a very good spot to drive a runner in for Salpointe. A dangerous hitter as well, Brody Carruthers. Needs to work out of this batter. Rogers fouls one off for strike 2.
Watch third.
Down in the dirt, DiGregorio makes a nice stop to hold Cade McGee at third base. Nothing going right so far for Saguaro in the bottom of the fourth here. 1-2 is the count. To Jack Rogers. That one will hop foul. DeCesaro makes the play anyway. 1-2 is still the count here. Rogers battling. It'd be a big spot for Brody Carruthers to get a strikeout here and get the first out of the inning with R.J. Molina on deck. The pitch. Going away, it's right behind DiGregorio, who's able to jump on it and hold McGee at third yet again. 2-2 to Jack Rogers. Two and two to Jack Rogers. Runner on third. 2 good stops in a row from the catcher, Frank DiGregorio, who gets set. The pitch fouled off by Rogers. A good battle here by Jack Rogers, 25 runs scored himself this year, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs, batting a monstrous .538 on the season. Two. That one is just high. Full count to Jack. Full count, Brody Carithers. Swing and a miss. Jack Rogers strikes out on a full count. A big at-bat there for Brody Carithers. Gets the best hitter on this Lancers ball club out. R.J. Molina, the center fielder, will step up to the plate. A runner remains on third, but that crucial first out goes. And Brody Carithers will do a little more work on R.J. Molina now, the lefty. Strike one from Carithers. That'll be a ball low and away. The infield corners tucking in a bit just in case it's a slow roller. They want to be able to get the runner out at home if he does go from third. 1-1 to R.J. Molina. That one's high. DiGregorio checks the runner again. 2-1 to the senior center fielder, batting .310 on the season. The lead is still 2-0 for Saguaro. The count is 2-1. That one's away. It'll be 3-1 to R.J. Molina. Omar Monreal, the DH, is on deck. (3-1) Carithers. That ball was called foul. It'll be a full count yet again. Full count to R.J. Molina. Brody Carithers trying to get 2 straight batters out on full counts here. Omar Monreal on deck, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, Cade McGee on third. Hard hit ball towards the center fielder. Tanner Nelson will make the grab to get him out. A play at the plate. No, there will not be one of those. It's a sacrifice fly from R.J. Molina that will score Cade McGee from third. It's 2-1. Now in the bottom of the 4th, 2 outs. Omar Monreal at the plate. Monreal at the plate, swings at the first pitch, fouled off. And over the heads of those behind home plate. The 0-1 to Monreal. Bases empty, 2 outs. 2-1 Saguaro lead. Good pitch in there, but he's not quite going to get the call. 1-1. Inconsistent strike zone here. That was, if that's a little bit lower, that's probably a strike. That one in the dirt off the face mask of DiGregorio. 2-1 the count. Monreal again DHing, not for the pitcher Dawson McHughes, but for the right fielder Connor Hopton. Two and one. Fouled off right above my head. 2-2 is the count. Two and two to Omar Monreal. In the bottom of the 4th, Omar 4 home runs and a .390 batting average coming into today's game. Well hit. Is Javen Jacobs going to be able to cover enough ground to get there? Yes, he is. The center fielder, Javen Jacobs, makes the play. Salpointe leave nobody on. They get a run off of one hit. And no errors, no one left on base. Top of the 5th, Saguaro will bat. It's Saguaro Baseball on the Varsity Sports Show when we return. Top of the 5th in Tucson, Arizona at Tucson Salpointe High School. Number 4 in 4A versus number 7 in 4A. And so far, the 7th-ranked Saguaro Sabercats lead through 4 innings. It's the top of the 5th. Aiden Bronska leads us off. He was at the plate to end the 4th. An attempted steal by courtesy runner Jacob Pickett was unsuccessful, so he gets a chance to restart as a ball one goes low into the dirt. Another one low and away. 2-0 to Bronska. 375 on the year, 8 RBIs. He almost acts as a second leadoff man with Ty Nelson on deck to get us back to the top of the order. Bronska flies one high towards the left field wall. The play cannot be made by the third baseman, Cade McGee. Bronska grounded out to Mason White, the shortstop, in the 2nd inning. He now comes to bat, obviously, in the top of the 5th. It's 2-1 to Aiden Bronska. Dawson McHughes still hanging out there on the mound into the 5th inning. McHughes, good pitch there. That one's going to get foul as well. 2-2 to Aiden Bronska. Even count, 2-2. Bronska, good contact. Is it going to end up being a blooper? Play is made by the right fielder. An excellent diving grab by Connor Hopton. Not hitting today. Clearly shows you why he's in the lineup, to make some defensive plays like that. A great play by Connor Hopton. Gets Aiden Bronska out in the 1st. Brings us back to the top of the order with Ty Nelson, the shortstop, at the plate. So Bronska starts off the 5th with a fly ball to right. An excellent play by Connor Hopton out there in right field for the Lancers. Ty Nelson so far today, a grounder to 3rd and a strikeout, as that is going to be a ball one to the senior with 9 RBIs on the season so far. 22 hits for Ty. One out in the top of the 5th. 1-0. Swing and a miss from Ty Nelson. Count will be 1-1. McHughes looking to settle in this 5th inning here. That one will be just high at 2-1. Terrific weather here in Tucson, Arizona. Once the sun has gone down, it's actually extremely pleasant down south. That one's going to get fouled off to make the count even at 2-2. The lights have allowed us to play this late in the day. 6 o'clock was the first scheduled first pitch. It ended up being about 6:10, as that one's going to be high as well. A full count to Ty Nelson, but that 6:10 first pitch, we've only been here. The game is only about an hour and 7 into the game, and we're already into the 5th inning. A fast-moving high school baseball game so far tonight. The full count. High breaking ball as he tried to sneak one back in there, but Ty Nelson gets a leadoff walk in the, sorry, not a leadoff walk. A base runner in the 5th on a walk. Brings up Thomas DeCesaro on his birthday so far today. A single in the 1st inning and a fly ball, hard hit fly ball to the shortstop, Mason White, in the 3rd. DeCesaro looking to extend the lead for Saguaro. 1 out, a runner on first. Junior Thomas DeCesaro batting .417 coming into today. At the plate, righty on righty. Breaking ball trying to sneak in there high. It does not. 1-0 the count. Dawson McHughes trails early. That one's away. It'll be 2-0. Good eye from Thomas DeCesaro. 20 hits on the season, 11 RBIs. They're going to there's a play at the plate. Safe is Ty Nelson. That was really close. A great throw from Gabe Pebble, the catcher. Ty Nelson just beats the tag to remain on first. Dirties the gray pants a little. One out in the top of the 5th. The pitch fouled off. 3-1 is the count to Thomas DeCesaro, the 3rd baseman. Ty Nelson, after a close call at first, remains on the bag out there. Another attempted pickoff unsuccessful. Ty Nelson will again hang out there next to first baseman Jack Rogers. 3-1 to DeCesaro. This time Preble checks him, keeps him at first. Ty Nelson causing a bit of nerve for Gabe Preble behind the plate. Has to be doing the same to Dawson McHughes, the pitcher. Still 3-1 to DeCesaro. Cesaro makes contact. It'll get past Mason White at short. And it's another single for Thomas DeCesaro, which will put runners at first and second for Tanner Nelson, the right fielder. McHughes, runners on first and second. Tanner Nelson will fly one well over the right field line for strike 1, foul ball. Lots of chatter from that Saguaro dugout. 0-1. Nelson, good contact. White will get the runner at second and the runner at first. He turns 2 to end the inning. The Sabercats grab one hit, strand one, score none. It's the bottom of the 5th when we come back. 2-1 is our score on a pristine night in Tucson, Arizona. About an hour and 50-minute drive from Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. The Lancers will come to bat with Mason White, the shortstop, who just turned 2 and checks his swing for ball 1. From Brody Carithers, still on the mound after 4 innings of good work, only allowing the 1 run. That one's going to be strike 1. It'll be 1-1 to Mason White, who's been an excellent glove out there at short for Salpointe Catholic. Seton Catholic is in Chandler. We played them twice this year. A mound meeting between Carithers and DiGregorio. But Mason White, 17 hits, 3 home runs on the season. That .340 batting average coming into tonight. So far today, he has walked in the second inning. This is his second time up. White, good contact. Ball called foul as it just went down the right side of that right field line. 1-2, no outs to the leadoff batter in the inning, Mason White. Saguaro leads 2-1. One-two. That one fouled off over the heads of everybody. It'll remain 1-2. On deck is Dawson McHughes, the pitcher. DiGregorio tries to frame it. It'll be 2-2. They thought they had strike 3. The umpire won't quite give it to them. Mason White. White swings, makes contact. It's a fly ball towards Javen Jacobs out there in center. A routine catch for Javen. And it's a fly out to the center fielder that kicks off the inning. Dawson McHughes, the pitcher, next up for Salpointe. For number 7 in 4A Saguaro, this would be a massive resume win to close out the season, trying to jump up to the 5 or the 6 seed. As that one goes into, almost hits the track, but doesn't quite get there for foul ball number 1. 1 out. 0-1 count to Dawson McHughes, the pitcher, for number 4 Salpointe of 4A. After 3 straight losses to Thunderbird, Chaparral, and Desert Mountain, 3 of the best teams in the state. Saguaro looking to rebound as that one's hard hit right up the middle for an easy single for Dawson McHughes, looking to help his own cause on the mound. Alex Londoño will head up to the batter's box now. The righty who flew out to left field, Caleb Simpson, out in left field in the 3rd inning. A courtesy runner for Dawson McHughes is Jason Newton, a senior. Newton with 5 steals on the year. That ball called foul as it just landed shy of the infield from Alex Londoño. 370 on the year, 10 hits, 4 RBIs, 11 runs. Newton, 5 steals, sits at first. 1 out. In the bottom of the 5th, an attempted throw out towards Newton at first is unsuccessful. Kurt Arnold digs in, wants the throw to come over once again. Good contact from Londoño. It'll get to Caleb Simpson in left field. Runners on 1st and 2nd for Salpointe, looking to create some offense here. Londoño with a single. Moves Jason Newton, the courtesy runner for Dawson McHughes, to 2nd. Gabe Pebble, the senior, the leadoff hitter so far today. A grounder to Ty Nelson at short and a fly ball out to Javen Jacobs in center. He's 0 for 2 on the day on senior night, a mound meeting between the always slow-walking Dave Fortney and his infield. We're going to take a quick break on the mound meeting. We'll see what happens when we come back. We are back here in the bottom of the fifth. There was a pitching change. Caleb Simpson has come in from left field. It looks like number 21, Christopher Margarella, has taken his place out there. We will clarify that in a second with our cameraman, Caleb Sorrelman, when he gets back to us. But Simpson will come in to pitch after a 4 1/3 innings day for Brody Carithers. He struck out 1 and walked 1, allowed 1 run, and leaves runners on first and second in the bottom of the fifth. So a tricky spot with only 1 out for Caleb to inherit. Runners on first and second and the 1 out, as that brings up Gabe Preble. Christopher Margarella is indeed the left fielder. I just have bad eyes, I suppose. Couldn't quite see in general. Simpson tries the tag. He is safe. Caleb Simpson thought he had it. I thought he had it too. The runner on second, Dawson McHugh's, his courtesy runner, Newton, just beats the tag. Gabe Preble is at the plate. Little discussion between the umpire clarifying his call, making sure everyone on the field knew what it was. Gabe Preble. Bunt attempt, throw over to third. It gets through to Cesaro. Here comes Newton around to score. Tough throw from Frank DiGregorio allows Newton, the courtesy runner, to advance and score. It's 2-2 in Tucson. Alex Londano gets around to third on the errant throw from Frank DiGregorio. 2-2. Londano at third. Nobody else on the bases, only the 1 out for Gabe Preble, the leadoff hitter, the catcher, the senior for Salpointe.
Bottom of the fifth inning, score tied at 2.
Joe Mickey attempting an argument here with the umpires, pleading his case. Caleb Simpson comes in, can't quite get out of the inning without any blemishes, but he inherited a tough spot, obviously. You never like to see a pitcher come in and give up runs in relief, but not the cleanest of times for him to arrive. Runner on third is Alex Londano, who singled. Here is Preble. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. The score is now tied up at 2 apiece. Simpson, that one's away. The catcher, Preble. That one low and away as well. DiGregorio has to make a stop. The pitch from Caleb Simpson. That one's low and away as well. He walks Gabe Preble. Runners will now be at the corners for the two batter. Luis Garcia, the second baseman, who so far has a double. He was thrown out at home in the first inning, and a fly out to Tanner Nelson in right. The sun has fully set under the lights now officially in Tucson in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Folks, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning, 1 out.
How's your battery?
Score tied at 2. Now batting for your Lancers, second baseman, senior Luis Garcia.
Garcia, those 22 stolen bases on the year. He's a threat to run if he can get on base, but obviously runners at the corners. Can Caleb Simpson get out of the inning for the Sabercats? Bunt. Hard hit. Good play by Kurt Arnold. Garcia, the second time he's shown bunt there. Kurt Arnold able to make the play, the long flowing locks over there at first base. It's now 2 outs. In the bottom of the 5th, runners remain at the corners. And here's Cade McGee. So far today, 2 doubles for Cade McGee. One he was able to get around and score on in the 4th. That was the first run of the game for the Lancers of Salpointe Catholic here in Tucson at Gleason Field. Runners at the corners. Caleb Simpson, 2 outs. Attempts a pickoff unsuccessfully towards the man at first, Gabe Preble. Although I do think that is another courtesy runner as well. Strike thrown in there. Tough call by the umpire to make there. I believe that one was just a little outside, but Caleb Simpson gets the call nonetheless for strike 1 to Cade McGee. Biggest spot of the game here. Salpointe can take the lead with just anything past the infield. McGee doesn't quite go. The runner goes. A fake throw from DiGregorio. He tried to get the runner to go. Runners now on second and third. The Lancers looking to take the lead. Simpson, that one is outside. The pitch to McGee is coming, nope, and it will not. Cade Simpson backs off. Third baseman Cade McGee, 2 doubles on the day, 2 for 2. Simpson. Well hit by Cade McGee. That one could be out. Is it going? It's gone. Cade McGee with a 3-run home run gives the Salpointe Catholic Lancers a 5-2 lead in the bottom of the 5th. A big-time inning for Salpointe Catholic. Caleb Simpson gives up the 3-run home run. Jack Rogers is now going to come to the plate. Cade McGee, 2 doubles and a home run on the day. A 3-run shot drives in the courtesy runner for Gabe Preble from second and Alex Londano from third. It's a home run in the bottom of the 5th. Cade McGee makes this game 5-2 Salpointe. Empties the bases for Jack Rogers. The game has completely flipped here as we have hit the nighttime game officially. And here's Jack Rogers. That one is high from Simpson. Ball 1. 5-2 Salpointe. Salpointe. Simpson throws another ball in there. 2-0. And this looks like it may continue what has been a rough stretch for the Sabercats, unless some offense is generated in the next 2 innings. Simpson, that one's low and away. 3-0 is the count on 3 pitches to Jack Rogers. Rogers so far today 0 for 2, a grounder to the third baseman DeCesaro and a strikeout in the 4th. He's come in today batting .538, so a struggling day as he walks. No, that's going to be a strike. I thought it was outside. It's going to be 3-1. Caleb Simpson gets a strike, stays alive in the count, as Salpointe look to add to their tally and Saguaro look to get out of the inning on damage limitation. That will be a walk, though, and Jack Rogers will advance to first base on a base on balls situation. R.J. Molina, who had a sacrifice fly that scored Cade McGee in the 4th. He also had a single in the 2nd. R.J. Molina, the lefty center fielder. Strike 1 to Molina. 0-1 will be the count. Jack Rogers at first. 5-2 Saguaro Salpointe. 5-2 Salpointe. Saguaro trail the Lancers. Runner goes. DeGregorio will not even attempt the pickoff. It's a free base for Jack Rogers. Goes from first to second. That's called a ball in there. I think that's ball 2. Two-one to R.J. Molina. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. 4-run 5th inning for the Salpointe Catholic Lancers. That one's going to be inside. 3-1. Jack Rogers standing on second after Cade McGee's 3-run home run made this game 5-2 in favor of Tucson Salpointe. That's a strike. It'll be a full count, a chance for Simpson to get out of the inning finally in what has been a nightmare 5th for the Cats. Time called by R.J. Molina. Omar Monreal, the DH, on deck. That one's low and away. R.J. Molina is walked to put runners on first and second for Omar Monreal. Frustrating so far as a mound meeting by Joe Mickey. Looks like Caleb Simpson's night will be done. Yep, and there goes Caleb Simpson. His night is done. He is replaced by Aiden Bronska on the mound, I believe, perhaps. Yep, Aiden Bronska will go to the mound. We'll give him his warm-up pitches, and we will return to Sabercat baseball. They trail 5-2 in the bottom of the 5th on the Varsity Sports Show Network. Welcome back to Tucson, Arizona. In the bottom of the 5th, a new pitcher. It is Aiden Bronska. It looks like Caleb Simpson has returned to left field. Jacob Chavez has taken Bronska's position at second base. So no more Christopher Margarella out there in left. Aiden Bronska comes in, inheriting another tough spot. We saw Caleb Simpson come in with runners on first and second and give up the home run. Now it's 5-2. At that point, it was 2-1. Bronska again inherits runners on first and second, 2 outs. The score is 5-2. R.J. Molina reached on a walk, and Omar Monreal, who has 2 flyouts to short, and the center fielder so far today. That one is fouled off for strike 1. On deck is Mason White, who started us off this inning with that fly out to center. It looked like it was going to be a quick inning again for Saguaro, but it has turned into anything but that. Strike 2 from Bronska, looking to strand Mason White. Looking to strand 2. Jack Rogers at second and R.J. Molina at first. That one down in the dirt. DiGregorio can't keep it in front of him, and each runner will get a free base. Jack Rogers goes to third. R.J. Molina to second. 1-2 is the count to Omar Monreal. The biggest pitch of the game so far for Aiden Bronska or any Sabercat pitcher. They try and keep this game within reason. It's only 5-2. It's only a 3-run game. Swung and fouled off towards the home dugout. It'll remain 1-2. That one fouled off over the left field line. Will remain 1-2. The count to DH Omar Monreal, batting .390 on the year, 4 home runs. Today he's 0 for 2, though. Fouled off right over my head. Thankful for the net being there. Didn't even have to flinch. 1-2. Down in the dirt. Better stop there by DiGregorio to hold the runners. 2-2 will be the count. Jack Rogers was looking to score and in from third after he walked following Cade McGee's 3-run home run. Down in the dirt again, DiGregorio keeps it not quite in front of him, but keeps the runners where they are. It's a full count. 3 straight walks, 3 straight balls for Bronska as he tries to avoid a third consecutive walk in the inning. Mason White would love to get back up for the second time this inning. And he walks it in, bases loaded for Mason White, the shortstop who has flashed some ability out there on the field. He gets to hit 0 for 2 on the day with a walk in the second and a fly out to Javen Jacobs.
2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning, score Lancers 5, Sabercats 2, bases loaded.
White could make this a 9-2 game with a home run here. That one's down in the dirt. DiGregorio keeps it in front of him. 1-0 is the count. White swings and misses, 1-1. Pitcher Dawson McHughes is on deck, who had a single and got all the way around to score the first run of this inning to tie it up at 2. Or his courtesy runner did, I apologize. Lined away, it'll score Jack Rogers from third. Here comes R.J. Molina from second. A throw to DeCesaro at first is not in time. 2 more score for the Lancers. Omar Monreal gets around to third. Mason White gets a double in there. So runners on second and third. 7-2 Salpointe, 2 outs. Here comes Dawson McHughes, the pitcher. On deck is Alex Londano. Second and third are the runners. It's 7-2 Salpointe. The pitch from Bronska. High in there for ball 1. This game has completely turned on its head. That one's going to be strike 1 as well. 1-1. Omar Monreal on third. Mason White on second after his double. Good contact there. It's a high fly ball towards Caleb Simpson out in left, who doesn't make the play, and it's a tough moment for Caleb Simpson, who gave up the home run. Then that ball gets passed. There goes, Caleb Simpson couldn't make the catch out in left. And then a miscommunication from the infield as the throw skipped over everybody's head. A courtesy runner for McHughes, who gets a double. I believe it's 9-2 now, as there is no one else on the bags other than the courtesy runner for McHughes. I believe it's 9-2 as 2 runs score. Alex Londoño comes in for the second time this inning, and that pitch was low for ball 1. I only saw the 1-run score, but with runners on second and third, I assume 2 did. Frustrating inning for Saguaro. (2-0 to Londoño. Gabe Preble is on deck. And good strike from Londoño is going to get down right in front of Simpson. The runner holds at third base. And Alex Londoño gets a single.
That's a single for Alex Londoño.
And Gabe Preble
Brings up the catcher, Gabe Preble.
is
Lancers 9, Sabercats
and it is 9-2 Lancers. We saw something similar yesterday against Desert Mountain. It was a lot earlier on in the game, obviously. A 12-run first inning that absolutely just deflated the atmosphere in that Saguaro dugout. This has done a similar effect. 8 runs now have scored in the 5th. Preble swings at the first one. Finds its way towards the Saguaro dugout for strike 1. Londoño at first, the courtesy runner at second. Oh, 2 to Gabe Preble. For Gabe Preble. The pitch will come from Aiden Bronska. Saguaro now trail 9-2 after heading into this half inning, up 2-1. That's a ball outside, 1-2 to the catcher. Preble today, a walk where he was able to get around and score in the 5th, and before that, a grounder to shortstop Ty Nelson in the 3rd, and a fly out to Javen Jacobs in center. Strike 3, swing and a miss. The inning finally ends for Saguaro, but not before the Salpointe Catholic Lancers grab 8 and take a 9-2 lead. We head to the top of the 6th. Saguaro will look to make up the deficit.
Introducing Maverick electric bikes, the world's newest and most modern bike to date. The 7-speed Shimano drivetrain gives you the flexibility to get a workout in, relax and cruise, or grip it and rip it. Maverick bikes are collapsible, so you can take them anywhere, anytime. With up to 25-mile-per-hour speeds, 60-mile range, and all-terrain capabilities, we're breaking the mold of the e-bike industry. Life is short. Ride Maverick.
The Varsity Sports Show and the National Youth Football and Cheer Association proudly present NYFCA TV. Every Saturday morning at 10, the Varsity Sports Show's Vince DeLizio and NYFCA Commissioner Jason Hirsch bring you the best of Arizona youth football, including previews and highlights. Then at 10:30, catch the football game of the week with Arizona's top players up to age 14. Join Vince, Jason, and friends every Saturday morning from Maverick.
Everything you've ever told yourself, every form of resistance, every fight you've ever battled,
We have
every
a pitching
problem
change to announce
you've
here in the
ever
top
had.
of the 6th. Liam O'Brien replaces Dawson McHughes, who had a good performance, only allowing the 2 runs through the first 5 innings of the game. It was a shaky start, but due to the run support that he was just given, 8 runs scoring in the bottom of the 5th to give Salpointe a 9-2 lead. His day is done, and Liam O'Brien, a towering figure on the mound, the righty, will face Rolando Cota to start off the 6th with a 7-run lead for Salpointe, 9-2. Good first pitch from O'Brien to get him his night going. It'll be 0-1 to Cota. Rolando fouls one off over the dugout of Salpointe Catholic. 0-2 to the DH. On deck is Caleb Simpson, the left fielder. Swing and a miss. Cota strikes out Liam O'Brien's with a strong start on the mound, gets Rolando Cota to strike out swinging. Caleb Simpson comes up today, a single that he was able to get around and score, and a strikeout looking for the man batting .278 coming into tonight. The lefty. The pitch was high, 1-0 to Caleb Simpson. That one's low, 2-0 to Caleb Simpson. O'Brien. Simpson now lines one over the Saguaro dugout. 2-1 for Liam O'Brien on the mound. He started us off with a strikeout to Rolando Cota, and now trails in the count 2-1 to Caleb Simpson. Simpson swing and a miss, 2-2. O'Brien battling his way back into the count here. Javen Jacobs in the on-deck circle for the Cats. 2-2. High and away, it'll be a full count. O'Brien, the senior, coming in relief for Dawson McHughes, who had a very solid outing here at Gleason Field. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Caleb Simpson becomes the second victim for O'Brien. Liam O'Brien on the mound. 2 strikeouts to start us off in the 6th. Here comes Javen Jacobs. A double and a grounder to third for Javen Jacobs. Javen takes the first pitch. It just gets inside. 0-1. Fouled off by Jacobs over everybody's head for strike 2. Jacobs batting .309 coming into today. That double obviously helps him out a little bit. 17 hits on the year, 15 runs, and now 10 RBIs. That one's fouled directly back towards us. 0-2 will remain the count. Fouled off again. Just kidding. That one's a little high. It'll be 1-2. And I would like to report you can no longer see the Catalina Mountains. It is nighttime. And a swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts for Liam O'Brien. And it'll be the bottom of the 6th. Salpointe need 3 runs to end this game on the Varsity Sports Show Network. Saguaro baseball when we come back. We are back for the bottom of the sixth. Another new pitcher for the Sabercats. Ty Nelson will come to the mound. Jacob Chavez moves to third. Aiden Bronska goes to, no, sorry, that's Chase Seo at third. Jacob Chavez will remain at second. And Thomas DeCesaro will move to short as a pinch hitter, number 19, Sergio Perez, steps in and takes strike one.
Sergio Perez.
0-1. Perez swing and a miss, 0-2. Good start for Ty Nelson on the mound. On deck is number 27, Cade McGee. Cannot get strike three. 1-2. High pitch from Ty Nelson. Perez has to avoid it. It's 2-2. That one away. 3-2. Full count to Sergio Perez, the senior, in relief, or sorry, batting for Luis Garcia. Strike three to Sergio Perez, and a opening strikeout for Ty Nelson. Here comes Cade McGee. The score remains 9-2.
Next up, third baseman and senior Cade McGee.
Jack Rogers in the on-deck circle for the Lancers. That one down in the dirt. Count will be 1-0 to Cade McGee. 2 doubles and the 3-run home run that blew this game open, made it 5-2. That was his 6th home run of the year. Strike thrown in there, 1-1. That one's going to be a little low, though, 2-1. High fly ball right in the infield. Here comes DeCesaro to claim it. And DeCesaro does claim it for out number 2 in the bottom of the 6th. So 2 up, 2 down.
Senior first baseman Jack Rogers.
As Jack Rogers, the senior, steps in. He's got a strikeout. He's got a strikeout and a walk so far today, and also a grounder to third in the first inning. Strike one thrown in there by Ty Nelson as the game time is nearing 3 hours. Not quite there yet, but close. Well, sorry, not the game time, 3 hours. Our stream has been running for nearly 3 hours. Game time hovering around 2. 1-1. Jack Rogers, the first baseman. That one's going to be away, and he's called a strike. I cannot believe that. His strike zone has been certainly inconsistent today from the home plate umpire. Ty Nelson will take it, though, on the mound. 1-2. Ball. Two. That one's away. Full count. Full count to Jack Rogers in the 4 spot in this lineup. That one's fouled off towards the football field. It'll be 3-2 still to Jack Rogers. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Nelson Swing and a miss. They get out of the 6th inning. No runs scored. 3 up, 3 down. Saguaro will have one last chance to tie it up or take the lead down 7 when we come back in the top of the 7th.
Thousands of athletic teams depend on Adrenaline fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Their goal is twofold. First, to equip athletic teams to meet those goals by raising more money in less time and providing the very best technology through their digital platform. Their job is to take the fundraising off the coach's plate and guide them through steps that are proven to get results every time. How easy? There are teams raising over $50,000 in just an hour. It starts with one call to Adrenaline, 602-999-1845 or adrenalinefundraising.com.
It's the top of the 7th from Gleason Field at Salpointe Catholic High School in Tucson, Arizona. It's a nighttime finish here. Miles Crutchley will pinch hit for Frank DiGregorio. The catcher, Kyle Herrera, also on deck, will pinch hit as well as the Sabercats look to conjure up some offensive numbers here, trailing by 7 with only 3 outs left in the game for them, potentially. So Miles Crutchley batting .500 on the year with 1 RBI.
Next up for the Sabercats, number 12, Miles Crutchley.
Will lead them off in the top of the 7th. 9-2, 7-point lead for the Lancers of Salpointe Catholic. Number 4 in 4A coming into today, looking to secure their spot in the top 5. Crutchley, high fly ball towards the center fielder. The play made out there by R.J. Molina. 1 up, 1 down, first out of the top of the 7th. Brings up Kyle Herrera. Aiden Bronska on deck for the Cats.
Number 11, Kale Herrera.
And for Saguaro, this conclusion to the regular season has been one of the toughest, probably the toughest in the state of any team, regardless of class. And they've probably played one of the toughest schedules of any team the whole year, the whole 20-game schedule. 19 games it'll be for them in the end. As strike 1 comes in to Kyle Herrera, that one's going to be a ball. Herrera, normally the starting left fielder today, was replaced by Caleb Simpson out there. Strike 2 called in there. No, strike 1. 2-1 is the count. Strike 2 now, and for Saguaro, as we were saying, one of the toughest schedules maybe in the state of Arizona, is a testament to how high they are in the rankings, being 10-9. Just barely above 500, yet still being a top 8 team likely in the end. As Herrera strikes out, Liam O'Brien has come in and done a really good job to close this one out. Aiden Bronska, the Cats are down to their last out, but what is looking like it will be a 10-9 finish to the regular season, losing 4 straight for Saguaro. One of the toughest conclusions to any season in the state, any season of any team in the state this season. And it just is fitting that they had one of the toughest seasons arguably ever in a Saguaro baseball season. They will likely finish the regular season 10-9. Salpointe Catholic will improve to 17-3 as the head coach for Salpointe will put in some seniors on senior night to finish it off. But for Salpointe, they have secured a top 4 seed and 2 host playoff games come Saturday, starting Saturday. They'll likely play Marcos Deniza in the first round. For Saguaro, they'll look to hold on to a top 8 spot and get to host at least one. Seton Catholic, one of the teams trying to chase them down late on in this season, a team that they beat and lost to, so it'll be interesting to see how the algorithm throws that out as Aiden Bronska comes up to the plate. Down to their last out are the Cats. Ball 1 to Bronska. And we are going to give the Stessa Movement Company Sabercat Player of the Game to starting pitcher Brody Carithers, who went 4 1/3 inning, had a 2-1 lead before he was taken out after leaving runners on first and second. And that's when this game was blown open as strike 3 ends the game. Aiden Bronska strikes out. Liam O'Brien gets the closing save. The Cats lose 9-2 after an 8-run 5th inning by Salpointe. Blew this one and turned it around. Salpointe improved to 17-3. They'll host 2 playoff games and be a top 4 team in 4A. For Saguaro, the waiting game begins now, falling to 10-9. Falling to 10-9. It's their regular season done. Up next for them, we don't know who. It will be a Saturday game on May the 8th. To conclude the season, I'm Ryan Sikora, signing off for Vince DeLisio, Caleb Sorrelman on the camera today, Sammy Rivera, all season long helping out on production and calling the games, Aiden Pincus doing camera work for all our home
Saguaro
games,
student,
and Edwin Rodriguez did some production early on in the year for us.
And Michael Garaffa the other night.
Michael
and
Garaffa, Ryan Blank calling some games for us.
Yes.
Thank you to everyone who's helped us out with Saguaro this season. We're going to make the trek back home.
We're going to stop and eat on the way, though.
We're going to stop and eat on the way, though.
That's right.
That is correct.
Nice
Everyone
job,
have a good
Ryan.
night. To all the fans that made the travel out, make a safe trip home.